Have you ever caught your cat staring at you and wish they could just tell you what they're thinking? While they don't use spoken language, cats are incredibly expressive communicators. Their most sophisticated tool for communication isn't their meow, it's the tail. It acts as a living barometer for their mood, intentions, and even their health. Today, we're going to decode the secret language of the feline tail. We'll use real-life examples so you can finally understand the subtle cues your furry friend is sending. From the confident hightail to the defensive puffed-up brush, every movement tells a story. Let's dive in and decode what your cat is actually trying to tell you. We start with the most famous and beloved position, the straight-up tail. When a cat holds their tail high while moving through their territory, it's a clear signal. It's a sign of pure confidence, happiness, and social comfort. This cat feels safe, secure, and is likely ready for some friendly, positive interaction with you. In the feline world, this signal is used between friendly cats to show they come in peace. In your home, it's the ultimate thumbs up from your pet. If you notice a slight quiver or vibration in that upright tail, congratulations! That's a sign of extreme joy or anticipation, often seen right before mealtime or play. Next is the question mark or hooked tail. This is characterized by a tail held high but with a gentle, soft curve at the very tip, resembling a hook. This is a friendly and playful greeting. It says, "I'm feeling lighthearted and I'd like to interact." It's an invitation for you to come closer and say hello. You'll often see this when your cat is in a particularly social mood. It's a great time to engage them with their favorite feather wand or interactive toy. Essentially, the question mark tail means your cat is approachable, curious, and looking for some positive social engagement with their human or feline friends. Then there's the relaxed or neutral tail. When a cat is simply hanging out or observing their world, their tail will often be held behind them or wrapped loosely around their body. This indicates a state of total calm. The cat isn't particularly excited or stressed. They are just content and comfortable in their current environment. When walking, a relaxed tail follows the natural line of the spine but slopes gently downward. This is the baseline posture you should look for in a happy, healthy cat. Understanding this baseline helps you spot when things change. Any sudden movement, twitching, or stiffening of this neutral tail is always worth noting. Now, let's talk about the low or tucked tail. When a tail is tucked tightly between the legs or held very close to the belly, it's a clear sign of fear or submission. This cat is feeling vulnerable or anxious. They are trying to make themselves look as small as possible to avoid detection and protect their sensitive underside. You might see this at the vet or when there's a loud, unfamiliar noise. It's a signal that the cat needs space, quiet, and a chance to feel secure again. A low tail that is also stiff can indicate a lack of confidence in their current surroundings. Give your cat time to adjust and feel safe before approaching. Have you noticed the tip twitch? When just the end of the tail flickers, it usually means your cat is intensely focused or perhaps mildly annoyed. During play or hunting, this twitch helps them maintain balance and indicates high concentration. They are calculating their next move with precision. However, if you're petting your cat and the tip starts twitching, pay attention. It could be a sign of overstimulation, meaning it's time to give them a break. It's a subtle but important warning. Ignoring the twitching tip can sometimes lead to a gentle nip or the cat walking away in a clear huff. Unlike dogs, a wagging tail in a cat is rarely a sign of joy. A broad, thumping wag usually signals rising irritation or internal frustration. The faster and more aggressive the swish, the angrier the cat is feeling. This is a very clear, back-off signal to other animals or humans. A slower, more fluid swish can indicate that the cat is deciding between two courses of action, like whether to jump up or stay put. Basically, a swishing tail means there's a lot of emotional energy building up inside. It's best to give them space until the tail comes to a rest. Now for the most dramatic signal, the puffed or bristled tail. This reaction is technically known as piloerection, and it's involuntary. When a cat is severely frightened or feels threatened, they puff up their fur to appear much larger and more intimidating to any potential attacker. This is often accompanied by an arched back and hissing. It's a purely defensive posture that says, "I am dangerous, so don't come any closer." In kittens, you might see this during play as they practice their scary poses. It's adorable, but the message remains. I'm very worked up right now. What about the curved down tail? When the tail starts low and then curves back up at the very tip, it's a sign of defensive aggression. The cat is feeling uncertain and is prepared to defend themselves if they have to. They aren't quite terrified yet, but they are on high alert. This position often precedes a more overt defensive display, like the puffed tail. It's a clear warning of rising tension in the cat's mind. Watch for this subtle shift in posture. It's a sign that the cat is no longer relaxed and is assessing a potential threat in their environment. On a much sweeter note, let's look at tail wrapping. This is the feline equivalent of a warm hug or holding hands with someone you love. When a cat wraps their tail around your leg or another pet, they are showing deep affection, trust, and a desire for physical connection. It's a beautiful sign of a strong bond. It's their way of staying physically connected and reinforcing their social relationship through touch. If they wrap their tail around their own paws while sitting, they might just be keeping warm or feeling a bit self-contained and observant. A vertical and stiff tail is different from the relaxed high tail. If it's poker straight and unmoving, it can indicate extreme arousal or focus. If you see this along with a quivering base, the cat might be preparing to mark their territory. It's a state of high energy and high focus. It can also happen when they are extremely excited by a prey item, like a bug. All their energy is being channeled into that upright line. While it can be a positive sign, pay attention to the body. If the cat is also very tense, they might be overexcited and close to a burst of energy. The horizontal tail is another very common position. This is often seen when a cat is exploring or moving with a specific purpose. It shows a state of curious neutrality. They aren't particularly happy or upset. They are simply focused on gathering information. It's also an essential tool for balance. By keeping the tail level with the spine, they can navigate narrow or uneven ground with incredible ease. Think of the horizontal tail as their business mode. They are active, alert, and moving through their day with a sense of quiet confidence. Let's revisit tail thumping. When a cat is lying down but thumping their tail against the surface, they are often feeling internally conflicted. It might be that they want to rest, but something, like a loud TV or a persistent human, is bothering them. It's a rhythmic sign of impatience. In this context, it can also be predatory excitement. They are frustrated that they can't reach the birds, and the tail thump releases that energy. The louder and harder the thump, the higher the irritation. If you hear it, it's usually a very good idea to leave them alone for a while. By paying attention to these subtle tail signals, you can build a much deeper, more understanding, and harmonious relationship with your cat. Remember, every cat is an individual with their own personality. Use these guidelines as a starting point to learn your own pet's unique language. When you understand their tail, you truly understand their heart. It's the key to a happier, less stressful life for both you and your cat. So next time your cat walks into the room, take a moment to look at that tail. They're telling you exactly how they're feeling. Happy observing!